Welcome everyone. Today we're going to have a little bit of a different video. Today we're going to have a movie talk about 3 different movies I like a lot and 2 TV shows. Because I have so many, this can be a multiple episode one, but we'll start off by 3 movies and 2 TV shows, and I'll tell you what I thought of them, what I expect from them if they're sequels, and my thoughts about the entire thing and if I recommend them or not. So my microphone is differently placed right now, so I don't know if this is better or not, but it is just for this. So let's start. My favorite movie of all time is Avatar. The reason being is back in 2009 is when it released. The special effects is so incredible. Like, they managed to create an entire universe with all these characters and this storyline. They managed to create an entire planet. There were even people who killed themselves in real life because they wanted to go to that planet. I thought, like, in their next life they would wake up on Pandora. That's probably some crazy people though, going on drugs or something, but still, it just shows like how realistic it looks, that planet, like it could be a thing. And the storyline of the movie, I think is fine. I think it's fine how it worked and everything worked out. It could probably be better, but the extended version makes the movie so much better. I recommend you, if you're going to watch this movie, to watch the collector's edition, I think it's called, or extended cut, but I think it's collector's edition. It gives so much more depth, a little bit into the story with these short extra scenes. Like, the beginning is different, there are so many added scenes which makes the movie even better, and it makes you understand a little bit more about the movie as well. So the movie overall, I will rate a 10 out of 10, genuinely, because no movie, in my opinion, from my point of view, has created an entire high definition, high resolution, realistic universe. Because we all know Star Wars and stuff, like, it may be a different universe and different planets, but those movies are very old, which makes it not seem as realistic. But even then, Avatar, I just love it. I love the planet generally, and I'm very looking forward to the future. There's going to be 4 more movies, I think, and they'll start releasing from 2019, December or something like that. So definitely watch out for that. I think the stories of the next movies will be way better than the story of number 1. So if you like the story on Avatar 1, which is out already in 2009, I think you'll really look forward to seeing the next movies with how they can proceed and whatnot. And whatever they can do with the story, because now CGI, special effects, is so much better and they can do so much more with it. And I think this movie series, which we're waiting for, is going to be incredible, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now it's time to go over to Inception. Inception is a movie made by Christopher Nolan in 2010. By the way, Avatar is created by James Cameron. Inception I really love. I'm a very big fan of the actor Leonardo DiCaprio. So all the movies he acts in is pretty much damn good. So if you see Leonardo DiCaprio in a cast, you know it's a good movie. Like, from The Wolf of Wall Street to The Great Gatsby to even Titanic, which I haven't seen, which I should see, I guess, because he's part of it, to The Revenant he's acting, and he's acting in many good movies. But Inception stood out because of the mind and the imagination you have to create such a movie. So basically, it's a movie where people dream hack in a way. Like, you can go into someone's dreams and you can steal information that they could release in their dreams, and you can go 1 layer deep and you can go 2 layers deep, and the more layers you're in, the slower the real time goes. And I really like the concept of that idea, because the concept of dreaming in general, with that, you have so much story to go off of, and it seems basic, but it's very intricate, and it's a very cool storyline, and it's a very cool story. The movie for its special effects is obviously nice. I like the special effects, but I like the movie way more because of the storytelling and the characters. So the special effects probably won on Avatar, to be honest. I loved the story and everything like that, but I think special effects probably played a major part in why I liked it a lot. Inception is more on the end of the story. It's such a smart story. It's so cleverly made, like I can't really explain how smart it was because I'm not smart enough to explain it. But that's something to think about, and I definitely recommend watching this movie if you have a little bit of a capable mind, if you can understand English well. If not, get subtitles for your language. But I definitely recommend watching Inception. And if you have seen it, if you have seen any of the movies and TV shows I'm listing, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. But Inception was so beautifully made and the story was fantastic. And I hope there will be a sequel because there is so much more story to go off of, and there is so much more you can build with that story because it kind of open-ended in a way. It was an open ending to it, so you can kind of imagine like there can be a sequel to it. But the question is, do the creators have the imagination to do so? Because to make a sequel of such a smart film requires an incredible imagination and a lot of planning. And it's time to watch. It's time to talk about the movie called Vacation. This is more of a grown-up comedy movie. The reason I put this in the top 3 is because first time I watched it in the cinema, I literally cried of tears of laughter. But it's a movie for people with a special interest in that type of comedy, because there's 2 different comedy movies. There's like this family comedy. There's nothing harmless, no cursing, no grown-up jokes or something like that. But Vacation is full of them. Vacation is really grown-up and I guess you can say in a way grotesque humor. Maybe some adults won't like it, but those adults who do like that type of humor, I definitely recommend watching it. It's a very funny movie with some fantastic characters. They were going on this road trip to a place and they have this car from Albania or some crazy stuff, and the car is hilarious. The story is hilarious. You just sit there dying of laughing and you're kind of cringing at some point. It's a cringe laugh movie combined. It's a great movie to watch, and I definitely recommend watching it if you want to have a laugh, if you have that kind of humor. But even then, it's like the story isn't super intricate. It's a straightforward story. It's not a smart story, really. It's just a story, and it's kind of one of those dumb type of comedies which you'll just laugh your ass off. And if you like it, you like it. If you hate it, you hate it. There's a lot of varied critics on this movie. Some hate it and some like it. I'm one of the part that likes it and definitely recommends watching it. Now we're on to TV shows. My favorite TV show of all time. This is more of sentimental values because I really love the actors and I really love the story. It's not necessarily the best TV show in the world. I'm going to talk about another TV show which is undoubtedly probably the best TV show in the world. But True Blood is my favorite. Because I just love how careless they are with the story. Like they can just kill off a guy, or they're so grotesque. There are so much blood and grotesque scenes, and the story is pretty freaking sexual. And it's not sexual. Well, it kinda is. Like there's just so much story and lore, and like it's a vampire story basically. It's like Vampire Diaries Adult Edition. It's a very grotesque and grown-up type of series, and I really, if you like that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend it. I've seen that TV series a lot of times because I'm just so in love with the story and the characters, and when you get that connection to a TV show, you can definitely watch it many times. Such as my friend, he has watched that TV show called Chuck a lot of times. I also saw it once. It's good, but like. True Blood, there was something about it that I really liked, and that's why I've seen it so many times. It has its ups and downs like any TV series. Some seasons isn't as good as other seasons. There are some bad seasons, don't get me wrong. you will probably be bored at some point in the TV show, like everyone is at that season. But if you continue to watch it throughout, I think you will really like it, because there are so many good moments and such a good storyline. And yeah, for crying out loud, Alexander Skarsgård is there, and he's a cool Swedish actor, and yeah, he's definitely, yeah, he's a Scandinavian, he's cool, right? Okay, please don't say that we're not. Okay, probably you aren't. All of us aren't. Anywho, the last TV show I'm going to talk about is obviously Game of Thrones. Like, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones by now, well, it's either you're too old or you don't like. You need to have a strategic mind, to be honest. You need to have a reasonably good memory to watch Game of Thrones in a way. If you're watching it all at once, you don't necessarily need to have a good memory. But if you're watching it like one episode a week, or you wait a little bit between each episode, you definitely need to have a little bit of a memory. You need to be good with names. You will get that over the TV show though. It's not super important, but it's quite important to be aware of names. So Game of Thrones is this TV show in this fantasy world where there is different families of different regions, Winterfell, King's Landing, and different other areas where there's like kings, like the kings of the Seven Kingdoms or whatever is in King's Landing, and there's a lot of drama going on, family drama. Like it's literally a Game of Thrones, and there's freaking if you haven't seen by now, there's a lot of good things in this TV show, and there's a lot of good actors. I really like the actor playing Jon Snow, Kit Harington. He's a good actor. Oh, I also like the actress of Daenerys Targaryen. I don't really remember. Emily Clark, isn't that the real name of her? Anyhow, it's a very good entertainment, and the special effects later on in the TV show, there's not necessarily much supernatural in it. Late in the beginning, like there's not a lot. There's obviously some special effects and some, well, there's probably throughout the entire series, but like insane special effects, I guess. There's some throughout the series. The later the seasons go, the more of a threat these special effects becomes. Because White Walkers, if you haven't heard about that's something that's there. They speak of it very early, like Winter is Coming and stuff. But it's very good entertainment. You have 7 good seasons of a lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of strategic drama, action, adventure, super overnatural type of things. Kind of like, I love supernatural as well. I would put it in the list, but I may do that in another like kind of talk about these things. But Game of Thrones is I definitely recommend it for the people who are not light-hearted, I guess. You have to see boobs and stuff if you have a religion or you don't like seeing nudity in a TV show or a movie. If you don't like to see nudity, then it's not for you. If you don't like cursing, it's not for you. But if you don't care about all of that and you want a kick-ass story, pretty grown-up story to say the least, I definitely recommend watching Game of Thrones. And that's my top 3 movies for now, and the top 2 TV shows. There's obviously so many more movies and so many more TV shows to go over, but I definitely will maybe make a sequel to this one. We'll see how this does. But anyhow, this was a very fun time. I want to thank everyone for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.